sorry husband now.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another round. Happy Sunday to you all. Happy Sunday to you all. We are back in the building with Love and Marriage Detroit season 2, episode 5. Child, I decided this one airing the party out, okay? Because it was some parties and there was a whole lot of airing out people had to do. They was airing out their closet. They was airing out the Star Factory. They was airing out surprise birthday parties, girl. It was aired out everywhere, child. Anywho, if you're new in the building, do us a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And tell a friend that tells a friend that tells a friend that talks too much to go ahead and tell them to come on over here and talk with us, okay? Because we love it. All right, come on in, come on in. And if you're automatically one of my subscribers or, my loyal members, thank you guys for being that for me. We got some surprises coming up. Trust me, I'm working on things, okay? I am trying to get things together, but we are getting them together slowly but surely. So leave the hearts in the chat for us. Elsaid, how are you today, girl?
Oh, I am well. I am certainly. It's more of a tame episode, but it told me a lot about people. It did, but it was a good episode. It was a good episode.
It was my easiest to note. I can say that much. So, but you know what? I'm trying a new way. I'm trying a new method of watching it. So if I can find it where I can watch it in speed, I'm watching it in speed now. So we gonna see how long I can keep this up or whatever, and if I get all the points that I be want to get in my shorthand notes. We gonna see. All right. Anyhow, the episode start with we're at the birthday. Wait, did this? See, now I told you my daggone notes is already.
Yep,
Yeah,
Christina.
we starting directly at the birthday. I was like, are we starting at
Yep.
a fight? We just happened to enter the birthday and get into a fight. Okay, that's what happened. I was like, sheesh, I feel like it was still fighting somewhere. Okay, so we're here at the birthday dinner. It's a surprise birthday for Christina or whatever. And the first people that walk in the Thompsons, and here go Brandon again. I swear I feel like he mean well, but he just do his timing and everything just be all the way off. Cause like, brother, this is not the time to try to rehash none of this right now because it can go left real quick. And guess what?
It went left. It went way left. Well, not way. It teetered left on four wheels. It could have went left on two.
Yeah, it went left. What you thought about the scene?
I did like, Dr. Latoya's outfit. She looked absolutely amazing. Her husband, Anthony, was right. You better put on that dress and show them folks, how a Dr. CEO do it. Um, Detroit must be the land of the furs because these ladies are bringing their furs out because it was Dr. Latoya, everybody that, this episode in different scenes sometimes had a fur on. But Anthony's like, I'm here for the party. I am here to support you. I want to talk to the little girl, as he called her before. So Dr. Latoya wanted her apology. I think Chelsea was still on something. That red dress was like, I'm ready to jump off. If you ready, come meet me right here on the dance floor. Because Chelsea did not sound like she went, she didn't sound like she turned the oven down any lower. It was still hot like that dress, which she looked amazing herself. But it was just, you keep saying, Chelsea, this is for your friend Christina, but it seems like you want to have chop suey before your friend even come in through the door. Oh, it was something else. But I'm glad she apologized. She apologized. I didn't like the if I made you feel. No, 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 you did. You know what you did. Apologize and say exactly what you did. Call me out my name. But at least she acknowledged that, she was never disrespected in that manner.
No, she was disrespected worse by her husband. That man called her a bird. He told Christina, you don't need to be hanging around with these bird boxes or bird brains or whatever, and called that lady a second time a bird. So no, she was disrespected. Now, did his wife do it? No. So I accept her apology on the fact that she apologized. I mean, she took account for calling her out her name because it wasn't her that said anything. But I understand that what she was getting at. Your husband disrespected me, ma'am, at the end of the day. And so I may not be able to fight with your husband. I shouldn't be fighting with your husband, but I'm going to need you to tell your husband something. Like, I'm gonna need you to shush your husband, maybe, because what the hell, yo. But for sure, you is not to be calling me no bird. Now, I might not take it out on you as the wife, but I know where she coming from. She's in protection of her friend Christina as well, so she gonna come at Dr. Latoya when she get a chance too. But I think that some of the attitude that she was feeling like she's still ready to go is because she's seen Anthony, and that's who she's really mad at, and she hasn't been able to address it with him. And the fact that he stood there and was like, I'm not about to apologize for nothing. I don't have to own up on nothing. That was another telltale sign on his behalf. It's like, you're a really nasty man, but you want to act like you have these morals. You really don't, sir. You called that lady out of her name. Can you still hear me? Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure my internet's still good. So you called that lady out of her name, and you're gonna sit here and tell us that you don't feel like you owe her anything? You're childish, sir. Okay, and your wife is kind of childish too, to sit here and stand by this foolishness. But that's neither here nor there. I think they did the right thing at the end, is try to dead it real quick before Christina got there, because it is not about neither one of y'all right now. But we'll find out later on in the in the scene. Christina gonna make it about him anyway, so because she gonna sit there and ask, "Hey, I feel some tension. Y'all good? Everything good?" And so here we are again. We right back in it, and guess who's back in it because they didn't get an apology? It's Kobe, because Kobe wasn't there in the beginning, and Chelsea doubled down and said, "I don't owe you anything. You jumped yourself in." And again, Kobe decides to play the pregnant role, the pregnant victim role, as you can't talk to a pregnant woman that way. I don't know what rule book Kobe is reading, because child, the pregnancy rule books that we was on basketball courts and out in the field still playing and doing some things. Okay, I know I was playing basketball pregnant. All right. So we'll say what now? When we get this sensitive that you can't call me a stooge because I'm pregnant, you shouldn't jump into these fights. You shouldn't jump into battles that have nothing to do with you then, ma'am. I don't know. You tell me how you feel, because maybe you got a different view.
Yeah, I don't know the rule book that Colby and the respect um, of the pregnant woman that she has out there. I understand. It will be totally lovely to live in Colby-topia, pregnant as she is. But, I have been in situations rounded out, visibly pregnant, ask for a seat and be told no. Sorry. I'm like, so Colby, that little chat is yeah, you could have just said, "Hey, y'all have a headache. I don't want to talk about this right now." Could y'all do that outside? Could we stay to the business at hand? Or at least Brandon, you brought us all here. You need to corral the cats. Come on now. Keep it together, Brandon. So, the thing is that I appreciate it. I see that Russell was trying to tell Colby, this ain't your fight. This ain't your business. This ain't your mess. And Colby was like, off of me. I'm going to be in it because I was there. You weren't there. That was the attitude she was giving me. But Colby, I appreciate that you think that, everyone should have a high respect for a pregnant woman, as they should. But calling you a stooge, granted, calling out your name, whether pregnant or not, is not cool. But I think these are the few moments of camera time you can have, because you can't be fighting. And at least Chelsea said in the confessional, going back and forth with a pregnant woman ain't a good look. And you know what's not a good look, Chelsea? And I'm hoping there's a reason for it. Everybody's in black and you're in red. This ain't your party. So unless as the hostess, Brandon, asked you to wear, a different color as the hostess. Um, if I was Christina, I'd be looking at her. I'd be looking at you. Is this your party? I mean, you're red to the nines, and everybody in black. What's going on here? But yeah,
Unless it was planned, and this is something that she always do. You know what I'm saying? If this is the friend that you met, this how Christina met you, doing these type of antics, and she just let you be you for you. It's because Christina didn't seem to bat an eye to it, at least on camera. Now I don't know if she told her later on, but on camera, she didn't bat an eye to it. Okay, so like I don't know. I just feel like yes, we should take care and be mindful of pregnant women. But if a pregnant women want to get disrespectful or jump into fights that have nothing to do with them, I'm not saying that people have the right to do it, but you got to expect that it can possibly be done. Okay, I don't put nothing past nobody, and for your safety, sometimes you just got to bow out of things and just tiptoe your way on out. Like, excuse me, I got to go. This is not my fight, and that was not your fight. You in all fairness, Chelsea asked you several times. This is not about you, Kobe. This has nothing to do with you, Kobe. You could have just said, you know what, you're right. Just like in this moment right now, you could just sit here and say, you know what, you're right. But Kobe just refused to be a mature one in certain situations like these. It's moments like these. You should be mature enough to say, I am with child. Let me just back up because obviously you're crazy while you're still arguing with me. So let me back myself up and get myself out of harm's way. I could look at Chelsea all day and stuff, but if Chelsea feels some type of way about being attacked, well, low key she is attacked. You had nothing to do with it. So back on that. Now she called you. If you said nothing to her, absolutely nothing, and you were just standing there next to Latoya, and that lady's called you a stooge for nothing, I'll be like, Chelsea, you dead ass row, lady. And you are. So I don't want to look at Chelsea as too much of the problem outside of that red dress, like you said. I don't know why she was Jessica wrapping it up, but baby, she said she was gonna leave her with a man tonight. Christina must have got some good looking friends.
she looked absolutely beautiful, but it just stood out, and I'm like, was this intentional? Because if it wasn't, I'm a side eye you.
Right. My other thing with this dinner too is Christina, ma'am, this is your birthday dinner. Why are you bringing up Kim? You are not even good. You're not good in with none of these people. Well, excuse me, you're not good with some of these people at this table. And they good with her. So if you're not trying to have mess come back, why are you sitting here bringing up this conversation that you were not moved by her tears? Just when I be thinking that Christina is like far away from I don't know what happened. Elsie lost her for a second, but far away from Brandon, I realize how they are just alike. Hey Sean, I lost Elsie for a second. Oh, here she goes. She back.
What's up, friend?
What's going on?
I just had to pop in because when I heard El Cid giving some feedback and a little note of correction to Kobe, that just excited me.
You just on this Kobe train.
No. Listen, I loved it. I loved hearing you be able to like look at her behavior and see when she's over the top because I know you be loving her. You
I
be
do.
Team Kobe.
Yes, I am still Team Kobe. It's just that Kobe Topia is just a little bit, in the clouds with
Delulu.
with
She's Delulu.
with the with child and the pregnant and And maybe that is, because, Russell makes her feel, very well protected, and she is, everything plus the Madonna in this instance, she's with child. Maybe that gives her this thought that everybody should treat her the same.
No, and listen, I do get it. That she's pregnant. Shouldn't be. No one should be yelling at her and getting her to a stressful place. But no different than what you all said. That you also should not be inserting yourself into things. And to be honest, I think Christina handled it. I mean, not Christina. I think Chelsea handled it really well. Because
That's
I'm sorry,
mhm,
if you're gonna
mhm.
jump in a conversation and I'm already having a heated exchange with somebody, and then you're gonna throw yourself in, and not just throw yourself in trying to say, guys, let's calm down, but piling on. No, I'm gonna tell you to sit this one out.
Or ask Brandon to break it up.
No, she should have just, if you're uncomfortable, go. Brandon, these are grown women. They don't need, and nobody was jumping on top of nobody. Like these are grown women. They're able to comport themselves accordingly. And if it's too much for you, then you excuse yourself, like she chose to do in the end. But she could have done that in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like if she felt like this was too much for her to deal with, and her pregnancy would preclude anybody to have an argument with her, then you excuse yourself. Don't control other people because of your situation. Nobody jumped on you or tried to, insert and involved you in it. You did. So if it's too much, you don't like it, then say, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And I think, the thing with me with Colby is she just it seems very entitled, because you think you're now gonna insert this reason because you don't like the feedback that you got. Because it's always something. Even last season, she doesn't like. Christina didn't include her in the event and didn't try to make her feel a part of it. Entitlement. Nobody's entitled to do what you want them to do. People have their choices, and sometimes they're going to do things you like, and sometimes they're going to do things you don't like. But don't come up with a reason. I feel like that's a manufactured reason. Oh, you don't talk to a pregnant lady like that, so you get to say whatever you want to say, and just everybody just says, "Oh, she's pregnant. Let me not talk to her. She can just do whatever she wants."
So just like Colby, you just came on board and inserted yourself in the live, kick me off.
Never that. That's the spirit of Chelsea kicking you off because she don't want to hear what you got to say. I'm open to it, but Chelsea don't want to hear it.
Jesse said, "Not today, Satan. I'm the only one in the red dress." Anymore? Oh no, we were talking about. I never got y'all thoughts on how y'all felt about Christina using her birthday time to speak about Kim.
Not the time, not the place. It's the standard. Focus on the people who are there for you. Focus on the good time. Focus on everybody wishing you well. Anybody who isn't there, and especially since you don't have, a good relationship with them, don't even bring them up. I mean, I wouldn't. But the way she's like, oh, she crocodile tears. I didn't see Kim cry, but I did see that Kim did get emotional. Her emotions welled up and she had a moment, but everybody likes to exaggerate a little bit, put a little too much zhuzh on it.
Yeah, I'm with everybody on that. I don't understand. I think she should have not even given Kimberly a moment, but I think she knew what she was doing. She knew that this was her time to be uninterrupted and say whatever she wanted to say and let it be known. And she knew that the message carriers would do just that, carry back the message. Colby did it, and obviously somebody else did too, likely Dr. Latoya, because Kim was already fully aware of everything Colby said. I mean, Christina said. Now, again, I don't know that I would even if I'm trying to be petty, if I'm gonna waste the energy on my birthday talking about somebody who I don't like and that I know doesn't like me. I don't even want the atmosphere, and their energy brought in.
And as you were saying that, Sean, I started to think the only reason she could be doing this and that would make sense is the same reason that Kim says she mad at her for not actually linking up and doing things with her and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, girl, let me show you how much I'll link up and do things with you or for you. I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. And it's like, I'm not even in no spiteful, vengeful thing. She could be doing it out of friendship. I have no real clue. But I wouldn't have took this moment. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have took my moment. I really wouldn't have taken my moment for Chelsea and y'all. Like, y'all, okay, well, y'all cleared the air. Y'all said apologies. Okay, shut it down. Like, it's about me, y'all. I'm having a good day. Can we all have a good day? I might be trying to get this man some, and y'all gonna ruin it for him. So don't ruin it for him. And Brandon should have been trying to shut it down. Don't ruin it for me, Lord Jesus. I'm trying to get some tonight. Hey, y'all shut all this down. Don't talk about nobody. Enjoy the food and dance and drink. Be merry. Hell.
You know what? And y'all have mentioned it before about Christina. She got a little manipulation to her. She probably knew, listen, these people ain't going to tussle with me too much on my birthday, so they're going to let me win. So let me just get my good one out. They can't say nothing. Brandon's not going to disagree. Everybody's going to be ginger. Let me get it off. And Brandon, he knows his wife. He's like, she's going to be good and hot and bothered by the time this is all over. So let me just be quiet. Make sure I don't catch a stray. And then we can go home and get down to the real birthday suits. That is.
I didn't like Brandon just putting out there like, okay, after all this, I ain't getting in the house and I ain't having a fun time with my wife later. It's like, heck yeah, if I gotta go back to my mama house after all this. Yeah, Brandon. I understand the sentiment. I understand that's your expectation and hope. But it's like, did you do this because you cared about your wife, or you did this because you cared about going home and getting some and getting out your mama house?
Ricky said Brandon changed his name to Bennett and I ain't in it.
That's right. Listen.
Lay back.
El said two things can be true. He want his wife, but he want that good too.
Right.
So, listen.
Sounded like why he married her all over again. Well, married you quick just to get in the house and get with the good.
She must have that good. Brandon trying to get it back.
Yep. And we'll see later in them scenes. They had the little twinkle in their eye too. So listen, I love to see it. Sex can't maintain a marriage, but it can contain it. So I'm
said
for
my
the
mama
containment.
Started to charge me rent. She want me out. I got to
She's making these nasty strawberry cakes. These strawberry cupcakes, and she I don't eat. I'm allergic to strawberries.
We could get it on in a crime scene. I was like, Brandon, really?
Lord Jesus. But anywho, we make it over to the Star Factory where Elsie was trying to take us to the crime scene, okay? Because this is the day after the birthday, her actual birthday said, and we find out that Brandon recognized he can't live without his wife. I mean, he needs his wife, but he really needs her because he wants her to be a tenant manager. So, but unfortunately, one of his last tenants, I guess, I don't know if the tenant he got put out. So he lost the tenant and they damaged a bunch of property. The tenant's company apparently damaged a bunch of property, and they're meeting here. Which I think about these two coming to the Star Factory together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with Christina. I don't want to be dealing with this on my birthday. I really don't want to be dealing with this on my birthday. And then for you to say you want me to manage this, it seems like Brandon's, I don't want to say his life is getting out of hand. He ain't have too much control, but when you're kind of unstable at home, it kind of like leaves a lot of things outside of the home a little unstable. But it was y'all got the crime scene footage in case y'all think I'm lying about this whole break-in and I dragged my wife on her birthday. We're gonna show you the camera footage that we sent to the cops to prove that there was a party and people did, damage this property. But Brandon, I see you don't understand how some things run. Even if it's civil, your insurance company can't compensate you for the damages. So get that part corrected. And considering it's damage to the property and your electronic equipment and stuff, civil is a certain monetary value. And I'm sure damaging any of your studio equipment is above the civil level. So, but Brandon, it ain't sexy trying to get some at the scene of the crime. I'm sorry, wasn't there. But yeah, I'm glad she's there to be support, and I'm glad Christina put up some boundaries, saying I will assist you in coming up with a plan, and I can help you, but I'm not going to do it for you.
As I, as I watched the scene of the crime part, I was just thinking to myself, Brandon, they didn't vandalize the cameras. The cameras are still on. What you gonna erase this if you and your wife getting it on and out here in the lobby? What is you doing, Brandon? Sean, what's your thoughts? Sean, he must be going up the stairs to his apartment. But anywho, yeah. I don't know. I was like, yes, Brandon, you still trying to get it on next day. So that means you probably didn't get none the night before. She still got you on. No, no, sir. You could stay the night, but no, 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 no. But that's just but that also means that they're better in a better place because he can actually try to joke about it and stuff like that. So there's that plus side to it. I guess they're working it out. And you know what? Happy for them. I hope they're doing that necessary like real work that they need to do to get in a better space for themselves and not just sweeping this under the rug, for real, for real.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because
Her new rings helped.
that definitely helped. That definitely helped, like my aunties would like to say, money make the coochie get wet. So
Hey now. Woo! Listen, I know El said you objected to you know, the studio for a little, intimate session, but we can play that, Janet Jackson anytime, any place, because they married, they
It's the
married.
scene of a crime. All kinds of ne'er do wells were going through there. You have no idea who have been through there and the germs that they have left behind. Heck
Listen,
no.
you could just find a little desk somewhere,
In his
first of
loft
all, in one of the
man's
videos, one of the girls was behind was the same spot Christina's was at.
Yeah, no, that's why I said you got to find a better place within the establishment. Maybe there's a locked room, an office, a closet somewhere. Maybe not
The
right
actual
in that
studio.
spot.
That's where he was trying to take her to the actual studio, Sean. We know what he was trying to do.
Right, height you up on one of them desks. That's it. Let's do like lovers do. I like them. I'm rooting for them. I don't like anybody getting divorced if they don't have to. So I'm rooting for them.
Well, there's not much more to that scene. That was about it for it, But like I say, it looks like they're working out. So we're gonna wish the best for it to work out at the end. I will say I did notice, and I don't know if y'all caught it later on, because when I paid attention to the name, she had, I believe, Bowen in there. So Christina Bowen Smith. So I was Bowman Smith. So I was like, uh-oh. Are we slowly making the transition? I hope not. So, like I say, I hope that they didn't just jump back in the bed or whatever and not really work things out. I'm not telling them that they can't, as a married couple, do what they need to do, but I hope they do make the necessary effort towards back towards one another that makes it a long longevity relationship. Anywho, the Thompsons home. We know that they packing for a family trip to Orlando so that, according to Anthony, they could spend up all the family monies. Irony enough, he is willing to shift the baby girl stuff back home if need be. I don't know, Sean. What's your thoughts on the Thompsons and they get away? They trap. They trap. They trip to Orlando.
You got it right. It's a trap. It's the Parent Trap. Remember that movie? It's the Parent Trap. these two, I mean, I just pray for them. Dr. Latoya always just looks so aggy, poor thing. You know, I get her point in terms of those two need to be on the same page in parenting kids, especially, once they get to a certain age too, where they, know that daddy's gonna do something that mommy won't do. So I really want them to parent in a more unified front. But gosh, she just seems like so everything's a problem. I don't want this luggage and just because and just like just breathe, baby girl. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. And then you saw she puts this unnecessary pressure on herself, which, I understand is challenging as a parent, where you wanna do more for your kids and provide more for your kids, but balance that with work and spending quality time with them. So that part I'm glad they had that conversation. Um, and I think that in that moment I appreciated Anthony's levity of kind of like making little jokes to lighten it up a little bit, and take some of the pressure off of herself. Because I think that to me, the more I hear about her as a mom and the work she does, and as a wife, I think that's why she comes off so much the way she does. It's because she just puts a lot of pressure on herself, or she just wants to be perfect and do everything the right way when she's got to give herself grace.
You said
Yeah,
something real there, Sean. Go ahead, Elsie.
yeah. As the chat says, this humanizes Anthony. He ain't, Mr. Petty all the time, but it does explain a lot to me. He's like, y'all spend up the whole family's money, but he will spend up the family's money for his princess, because his princess gets anything and everything she wants, and tells mama in front of the princess, don't question the princess and what she wants. Okay, I understand, Anthony. That's my only quirk. It's like, if y'all have a difference of opinion, I don't let the kids see us, on opposite sides, because sometimes they grow up to try to use that. But it's wonderful. I have to say, I'm like Dr. Latoya. I need to see you pack. I used to be like that. I need to see everything you pack, but I'll give you a list. This is what you need to make sure. This is the bare minimum, and after the minimum is packed, you could pack, your other extra stuff. But it was a nice family scene. It was given a good, about the dynamic. And I understand what she's saying. She works mainly away from the home. So even though she's not there, she wants her kids to know that she's always present and there for them. It's the hard balance of being the parent. You got to work, you got to provide for the family, but you can't be there with your kids all the time. So it's like a fine balance between providing and still providing the attention.
I hear you both. Sean said something that really made me look at Latoya a little bit different, because I think I've been trying to figure out why she has this ick of a presence, since that's going to be our word for the year. But why she does come off the way she does, and that stride to be perfect leaves her no grace for herself nor anybody else. So therefore, nobody else can do no wrong in her eyes, because they're always going to be at fault. They can't, you know what I'm saying? It's once they cross her, it's going to be a problem. But also, she doesn't give herself any grace to be less than, and it's giving A-type personality, which makes you really good at work and business. But it's really hard when it comes to friendships and things like that, because the emotional attachment that you need to have grace for others, knowing that they are human, is not there. It's always this need to be perfect in a lot of things. So I think that's what her struggle is, and that's why she comes off so rigid and just like tunnel vision direct on there's a certain way, there's no space for the gray, there's no space for variables to come in. This is why you guys all have to pack in front of me, because I got to make sure that you have your essentials, because I don't want to detour off of any plans that I made on this itinerary we got. She is very structured. That's what she's really given me. Yeah. And so, but she's structured and judgy as well, so It's a different thing. It's more complex. You know what I'm saying? When you structured it, but you still a little lenient to go, and it was probably took you some time to get there, though. El said. I think that's what her issue is, and that makes her a certain way with her friends too, because her friends got to stay in line as well. And when people fall out of line, it's now you're a problem. Christina is always out of line with her because she's out of line with other people she's in line with. You know, Anthony is sometimes a problem because he's not in line with the familyness of life or whatever. So there's little problems there, but at the same time, that's still my husband. So I got to kind of be still submissive to him to enough to understand I can't just go off on him the way I want to, you know. But he also caters to her pettiness, so there's that. So she can't be losing her pillow talk buddy in the petty pillow talk buddy. She ain't gonna have nobody argue with. I mean, have nobody talk to mess with. And she ain't gonna find out the tea that's going on outside either. You know, Anthony bringing back all the tea. Child, I don't know. Thank you, Shy. You help me humanize this woman a little bit. All right. I got her a little bit. But she still you nice, El said. She not. Maybe I just understand your personality better.
Yeah, I was, I was very much Latoya, and it's the, leveling out of my husband. He's a very in the present person, and I'm the planner. Sean looks like he's in a birdcage, but we'll leave it there.
Girl, I was thinking a hot air balloon. I knew what he was in, but I was like, why it look like he in a hot air balloon? A personal one. Not this whole cast is unlikable.
Okay. But yeah, I was very much the planner, and I had to get out of my head, like Dr. Latoya. Well, she'll get there because the kids are young. And this happens when the kids are young. But when they get a little bit older and, my husband is kind of like, enjoy the moment. If you forget something, so what? There's a store you could buy or replace, because even if you pack everything, there's no guarantee your luggage will make it there. So just lighten up a bit. You can be as perfect as you want to, but that doesn't mean that life isn't going to throw you a curveball. So just be soft enough to, be able to adjust.
I said, don't stress yourself, girl. You're gonna age faster if you don't understand it no other way. If you're trying to slow your speed of aging, just stop stressing yourself. Don't try to lighten up a bit. That's all.
Is that why I grade early? Is that why?
I don't know. It's either wisdom. Look, like what they say is
genetics. Is this better for you? Am I in a better seating arrangement, Elsie?
Now you look like you're on the edge. No, it's scary.
Right. Right. No.
Right.
No, I was just saying you look like you're in a bird cage, and you could always
sitting on this little chair on this little rooftop area.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. You got a nice view.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It's you're in a cage. I would be saying it's a problem if you start dancing like a dancer in a cage. That's where I was going.
Well, I don't know if it would be a problem.
Like
you speechless.
Like, I want to say something, but you know what? I think I'm speechless.
Shit, I'm sitting there with her hand, watching her with her hand like this, like she's thinking about going to get the wallet. Like
you throw some ones, maybe I might be obliged. You start throwing some money this way, making it, I need a tsunami though. I don't need no rain. I need more than the rain.
I haven't seen you dance before, and if this is your premiere dance, I don't know how good it'll be. So
what's the song? Bands will make them dance.
$1 in your cap.
Well, listen, something about this episode got to be spicy, so I guess it's us. You had any more thoughts on the Thompson, Sean? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, that's what I tried to do this episode, try to, just bring the humanity to everybody and not be so one-sided,
Mm-hmm. Anywho, okay, so we're gonna move right along. So we got with the Dobanes, and they were at their holiday give back event where Kobe and Russell attend the event. I didn't see anybody else in the cast. I didn't see the Thompsons there or nothing else. But okay, then, girl. Okay, maybe Latoya had to work, and Anthony couldn't make it out that night for some odd reason to get the tea. But yeah, he was not in the building. Uh, he no longer, I guess. But it don't mean nothing. But they have an individual. Kim and Kobe individual. Why is individual want to come in mouth? Eventually, have a sit down, and it seemed like Kobe wanted to share with Kim what happened at the birthday dinner. However, Kim already knew because her friend said she said her friend done told her already. Okay, we don't know what friend was at the birthday dinner, but the friend had told her. She got two friends there, so we don't know which friend told her. It could be the one that, knew her the longest and talks the strongest, or it could have been the one that she's closest with. We don't know which friend told her, but she said her friend let her know.
But we know their last name. Either
Thompson
one,
and Thompson, Esquire.
incorporated. Yeah, is either one of them, but Colby handled it very well. I like that. She's like, well, maybe, that was your experience. Maybe y'all need to do talk. Colby did not spill all her tea or interject her issue with Christina, her past issue with Christina. So I like how Colby handled that. They brought a gift, they had their mocktails, and it seemed to be a very nice, well done event for, Toys for Tots. I did like that. I did like the gentleman too had a simple interaction, and we'll get to something from Christina's birthday that I just remembered when we get to a later scene.
We can't hear you, Jay.
My bad. No, child, not Elsa just making the dog. Like, I don't know. I thought you wasn't agreeing with what I was saying.
I thought I was kicked out again. I was like, is it me? Is it you? Is it me? Is it you?
I'm over here talking about what Capricorn Boo got to said. I said, Latoya hurried up and called, and Anthony couldn't wait to spill his beans too. They was probably both in the car telling this man, telling Kim, oh, child, she said this and she said that. And Anthony, like, yep, and she said that you got a closet full of her clothing line up in there. But I think what I like what Kim does for the community. I think she's doing some good things. Sounds like she's doing some real great things out there for the community. She has in this give back, so congratulations to her and for that. And I agree. I feel like Kobe kind of took a back seat where she needed to in the Chelsea and Latoya of it all, but she didn't. So I'm glad she took a back seat in this one and didn't stir the pot any more than it needed to be stirred. Sean.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Who are we talking about? The Kim and
Kim and Kobe. Now look, El said, I'm gonna take up for you because he want to be distracted when Kobe did good. Look.
Right. Oh yeah. He always he ain't gonna give Kobe her flowers. He gonna be like, I didn't hear that.
Ladies,
Kobe,
if y'all want to know how to stir the pot, this is how you do it.
y'all are too much. Oh, okay, yeah, I do. I did. I got to give Kobe hers because she didn't get too much in the mess, and she also, understood some of Christina's perspective. So I was glad that when she relayed the message or when she talked about it, she didn't put a spin on it. She didn't change the words, play the telephone game. So, I thought this was a good thing. And shout out to Kobe.
My bad. I was just typing away now to Tina Bree. I'm about to put it up there. Thank you, Tina. No, seriously, Tina. Much love to you, child. I would be with y'all. Listen, I would be with y'all listening. If y'all was on a podcast, I'd be listening to y'all at the beach over a city skyline and doing all this stuff on a boat with friends. I'll be doing all of these things while listening to y'all still, child. Do not stop yourself from living your best life. But you can take us with you and send pics, child. I live vicariously through y'all. But no, thank you for the love, sis. Anywho, yeah. So we all agree that Kobe did good in this instance. Okay. We heard you, Sean. We're gonna clip that later too. We're gonna clip y'all 2 parts. We're gonna take clip Elsie holding Kobe accountable and you, Sean, saying she did something right. Next scene, Lakita, Christina, and Chelsea all linked together. You know, is this Chelsea? That was Chelsea that's teaching her, right? It's Chelsea who's her friend that's teaching her to get back out there and dance and stuff. So they're doing rehearsals. And Christina called herself comparing herself to Lakita's situation just because both their husbands work outside at night in the nightlife and all this stuff. And Lakita was like, hold up. Slow down, sis. This is not what we gonna do over here. Me and you are not the same, boo boo. We are not the same. My man don't cheat. My man, my man, my man. What y'all thought about the scene? And you know what? I'm gonna say this real quick before I let y'all go. It's good to see more Lakita. I do really hope that they give us more. I did notice them in the beginning intro too. So I was like, okay, let me see. Sean, you got it.
Yeah, I think, I kind of was getting a little nervous because I felt like Christina was doing a little bit too much projection, you know, and she should have asked versus inserted opinion and then asked, you know what I mean? Um, I do think it's good that, she's trying to pull her out of her shell and get to know her and have her around more. I think that's great. I think everybody needs a network like that. So I love that aspect of it. But just be careful with the projection. Be careful of putting what you may feel about somebody's situation on their situation. Um, and yeah, I think that. And then I really felt bad for Lakeisha because I think, I said this before. She needs therapy for this trauma that she had with her dad because it's still so right there for her. Where as soon as she talks about it, she, has these real emotions and she starts crying, as if she's reliving, that horrible event that happened to her dad. And every time she sees Bravo go out, it's like she's, the trauma just starts all over. So she's really got to get a hold on that and, try to process it and, and deal with that because it's not going to go away. And his job is not theoretically going to change. I heard them say they're going to do, he's branching off into different businesses, but he's still part of the nightlife and these things can happen. So I really think that she has to deal with that. I want her to deal with that trauma in a healthy way so that, she can navigate life in a more healthy way.
Yeah, I like Lakita. She has a kind of quiet strength. I can see from just her interaction with Christina, it's like, she's, very poised and will sit there quietly listening. But if you try to insert her where she doesn't fit, don't put your burdens on me. Don't look at me with the same lens. And I did like that in her interaction with Christina. The other thing I wanted to say was we saw Bravo at Christina's party. So I'm assuming she was there too. And they just didn't film her at the table or show her being there. Because I found that very interesting. We saw Bravo dancing, and that's what I remembered. That's what I was saying. I remembered we saw Bravo dance on the dance floor, but we didn't see her, which was
We saw
quite.
her. She
I
was
didn't see her.
a look. She was looking thicker than a snicker. She was looking good, and she was right there.
I think I do remember her seeing her dressed up, but then I also remember her being thick when she sat down on the floor when they were talking. So I can't help you, Sean. Hold on. I'm about to go try to look back at it right now.
Right. I sorry, Sean. I'm not a fan of the Snickers bar, so I really didn't see her. So but I wish they would, even at the table where the ladies were talking and, Christina said there was tension, you don't even see them pan to Bravo and her at the table to even get their facial expression. It's like they're, the, co-starring or, just auxiliary couple. I just find that, they're kind of like in the back a little bit. But I understand her concerns with Bravo. It's legitimate concerns. You're out there, you're well dressed, you have no idea who you're speaking to, you have no idea who's watching you and clocking you. So definitely, someone like him, would have their either head on a swivel or have protection or have protections in place. So I totally understand. Huh?
She was there. They walked in. I
Okay.
just watched it back just now. Yeah, they walked in.
Okay. I really didn't notice her. They didn't pay into her other than that. So I must have blinked and the scene changed.
I didn't miss it. Let me tell you. So,
I see.
Sean definitely didn't miss it because her dress, and she looked like Aries because she got the braids. She looked like Aries a little bit as she walked in.
and she had that thigh meat out, right? If I remember correctly.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
she had a shorter skirt on.
Careful, Sean. That's somebody's wife.
That's a compliment.
She had just enough showing. That's why that draws in because she has the high boots with the short dress. Like so, it's nice. She looked lovely. Yeah, she's like, don't compare me. Any other thoughts on this scene before we shift it to the final scene? No. Okay, so the fight night of the fight night of the episode. Ring ding ding ding. Round one, baby. Okay, fight. Finisher. I have no clue what was happening with these two because I'm just like, do y'all want to be friends or do you don't want to be friends? What do y'all want to do? And I need people to stay out y'all mix because you keep listening to this person in the middle tell y'all stories, which the person shouldn't have stories to tell if we weren't keeping the person in the middle. Christina, she wouldn't be able to tell Kim nothing for Kim to be prepared enough to bring whatever it was in her closet that seems to be yours, or I'm not sure. Whatever it was, she threw it on the floor for you. So there you are, ma'am. What about this conversation? What stood out to y'all? Did it get anywhere? Y'all seeing it resolved? Could it be a resolve? What's your thoughts? Christina and Kim.
Kim really fell in my cool points with this whole prop situation. I thought it was tacky. You came you came with a whole bag full, lugging it in to have a moment to tell her take that trash. Sorry, Kim. It really depreciated your value in my mind. I really like the Dobines, but this, yeah, I really didn't appreciate it. And you're talking about you lift up small businesses, help businesses, and all that stuff, and this is what you're going to do. If our friendship messes up, you're going to bring it in front of a restaurant around people and throw it on the floor. Then you really did not come here with reconciliation in mind. And maybe you're fueled up because one of your friends at the birthday party said some things to you. And considering how hot she came in, I'd hazard a guess it'll be Anthony because he could put, a little extra sauce on stuff. But I really didn't like how Kim did that at all. You can have a conversation, you can go back and forth, and then to say, "Oh, I have my notebook and she brought out her notebook. She wants to follow me in everything." There are tons of people that make notes and have notebooks. Calm down, Kim. Calm down. So I really didn't like how Kim handled this, and I don't see it going anywhere. And I really didn't like it at all.
I don't know if you're there, Sean, or not.
yes, I'm here. So I'm with El Cid, boy. El Cid, listen, me and you, we watched the same episode at the same time with the same mind because I felt the same way. I felt like at the end of the day, first you got information from somebody else about what transpired. So before you go in guns a blazing, why don't you hear what the person has to say, with the facts in your back pocket? And I think she just went in there looking for a fight and looking for there to be a problem, which unfortunately is kind of the way we've seen her, show up from the first time she started the season. And I think that, Kim may be one of those people that's well intentioned. And, I think we all have either been this person or experienced a person like this where they just are kind hearted and they do things for people. A lot of times it's stuff they don't even ask. And then get disappointed when people don't show up the same way or read your mind and do the same things that you want them to do. That's how life works. You know what I mean? Like people are who they are. And if you're going to do something nice for someone, let it be out of the kindness of your heart, but not with an expectation of what they're going to do back. And then when they don't do like you expected them to do, then you hold it against them, right? So I'm still yet to hear what this major issue is that what Christina did to her, so that we can really understand it. Until I hear that, I just have to draw my own conclusions, and it just sounds like, you know, I did this, but you didn't do that. And I just think that that's, we got to grow up. And then all this stuff about I'm gonna take your clothes and the clothes that came from your clothing line, and I'm gonna throw it on the ground. It's like, all right, now you're really looking like you're trying to, you're trying to make moments here, ma'am. And we're all too grown for this to be throwing clothes and tutus and whatever all that stuff she had on the floor she was throwing out. She could have threw that right in the garbage.
Yeah, overly produced scene by somebody and producers, but here we are. She kind of told on herself, Kimberly, a little bit on what the reason was. She says a little bit in the confessional that she didn't put her on to things. Christina doesn't put on to things. It's another Kobe situation that they expect because you do such things and stuff like that that you should be doing things for me too. That's her thing. It's this sisterhood. This we have this code. So because I do for women, women should do for me too, or whatever and stuff. That means that you should be introducing me to your influencer people and these brands that you're doing, or you should probably do me a favor, or you should come to the champagne tasting and not bring you donate just your wines, but you don't pay that when everybody else is paying, like we seen on Married to Medicine. You know what I'm saying? I'm just supposed to do this bare minimum thing. And it's like everybody doesn't have to do because you do, ma'am. Because you decide to go out your way and do whatever for a person that shows character that is positive in you. Just let it be. If that's not Christina's style or way, that she doesn't think of you when this brand deal comes around, or this thing to promote or whatever and stuff like that, or she should promote it at a discounted price or for free for you or whatever, just because, that's just on her. I don't understand. Just like, I don't know what you want me to be. I didn't get out the womb with you. And even twins out the room share different experiences. So your experience is not hers on how a person should be a sister and how they show up. You should be the type of sister you want people to be at all times, and that should only thing that matter to you. But for some reason, whatever Christina does is just not good enough, and she should always be doing more. You should be defending me from this friend who's talking about me and my cell phone, the type of cell phone I got. You should be putting me on to these people. Now you're copying me. You're jealous of me. You're competing with me. Well, as a friend, why are you competing with me, ma'am? To even think that I'm competing with you. You influence, I can influence, we both can influence. We are two different influence. And guess what? At one time when we're supposed to unite and connect and collaborate, we both collaborate. I don't model with all my favorite models that I just because, or my friends that are models. When we get to model together, we have a great time. That's what, because we do. We friends. Congrats. Because they get booked for this gig doesn't mean that they can get me booked for the gig too. Sometimes people want what they want and it might not be me. But I not feel like my friend shouldn't got me on, like, oh, they should have did more to get me on, or they should have did this. No, I let my friend go and I cheer them on, because at the end of the day, that's my friend and I want the best for them, regardless. So I don't understand. I'm like, we're still on that same thing. I need to figure out really what the issue is. You got to give me something more deeper than this. Like, she took your dog out. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something. This just, you just didn't put me on, or you didn't defend me when my friend talked about the phone. And for a person who has so much positivity going for them, why would you pull this stunt in a business, and in a busy atmosphere at a business, by throwing out all these things and making a scene here? You still on television, ma'am. You still represent a whole lot. So the best thing for yourself and your brand was to not jeopardize it for a scene on this television show, but to further push that you are above a lot of things. And that's really what, like, the Black woman brand is just like really standing above a lot of things. Now you got to check people from time to time and stuff, but there's a certain way that you check them respectfully and professionally. And that was unprofessional what you did. You could have came in there with the notes of, Christina, you had a lot to say about me at the party, and I thought you was really above this, ma'am. I thought, when I sat here and expressed myself to you, and we said that we were going to try to work on being in a good space, that we was, I didn't think that 2 seconds later that you would go behind my back and start talking to me at your birthday dinner. So at this point, no, I do not no longer want to be a friend with you, because guess what? Look at your character. Like, there's a way to embarrass people professionally without having to jeopardize your whole career behind it. But that's why I feel like something about all of this together is, let me just put my friend on, and the best way to put my friend on, we create a beef, and then some years later, we'll sit here and kiki about it, and we're good friends again. So that's what it's starting to give me, that is either it's super produced and there's no real beef between these ladies. We just want to make up something so we can get on my friend on the TV show. And Latoya just gets the fit for the perk that she's her friend too. Or this is BS. Like, Kim, you're BS. And I would hate to think that of Kim, because, like I said, she got so much good stuff going for her. I don't want this to be what overshadows all of that she got going on. Her and her husband got going on at all.
Yeah, Kim seems like she has a very good, curated brand with her business partner. And this is just not it. This is just not what Kim needs to portray on television, and to be known for at all, especially since this is Christina's product. This is her product, this is her designs, that you're treating this way. It is definitely not a good look. But also, it is giving me the same thing, Jay. It's like, we're going to do this for your first season here to bring you in with a bang. And then by the next season, you and I would have, squashed the beef and get along a little bit, unless we need, a little more storyline.
Sean, any thoughts? Any more thoughts?
No, I mean, I'll trust you guys on the dynamics of, women's friendships, because it doesn't make sense to me. You know, it really doesn't. None of it. It's like she came out of nowhere. She's coming in super hot. It seems like Latoya is super excited to hear all this crap that she's coming in saying about Christina. Colby's also not. She may not be as happy as Latoya, but she ain't mad either. So it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I just, I hope it can evolve beyond this. And from where they stand, I think these two it just needs to be those things. I just need to stop selling myself to you. And I think that's where I would like for Kim to get to. Like, we haven't had a friendship in quite some time. The friendship ended. We probably both disagree on how it ended. Doesn't seem like we're going to get anywhere close to the middle of understanding each other. Let's just put a fork in it. It's done.
It's done. We don't need to drag this out. We don't need to have, let's just agree to not speak of each other. And how about that? Like, I think that's where they need to be from what I see. And if she's going to be part of the friend group, then they could just coexist.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, that was it for that episode. So, yeah, we'll be finding out more when they come around that corner as they come. Okay, shoot. We'll be seeing if they are going to mend this friendship or they going to keep the beef going forever and a day. Well, I don't know. We'll find out. But do us all a favor. Please like the video if you haven't already. Share and subscribe with a friend. Leave a comment below if you're watching this on a replay. Let us know what you thought about tonight's episode, everything that they had going on. If you agree, disagree with us, because we don't really care, but we will be there to respond, okay? And do me another solid favor. If you have not already, please go to LCID932. Subscribe to that channel over there because that's where else you can find me. I know, as Tina B says, please don't go. Okay, don't go. Please don't go. Yeah, y'all didn't know I knew about that 90s, 80s, and 70s rock. Ha ha. I gotcha. Nah, but yeah, for real. If you go over to LCID932, subscribe to that channel. You'll also find me over there. We are doing Love is Blind season 7. What is this? DC? We're doing DC. So we're over there as well with it, and we're here. So make sure you hit the notification bells on both channels so you don't miss us anywhere we are. Okay, because we be all over the place, so you don't want to miss us. We cause havoc everywhere we go. And then listen, 1 is no good and 2 ain't no better. And if you throw Shine up in there, child, disaster is guaranteed. Anywho, any final words? Any final words before we get out of here? And y'all see Sean's hashtag right there, Sean Davis 120. That's where you find him on IG. Okay, you find him on IG. But if you want to find him on YouTube, because we're trying to get him back. It is Sean Unfiltered. I'm going to go ahead and put it on Sean_Unfiltered. Okay. Yes, Mustache. We're going to get Sean back working, huh? Yeah, that's right. See, Mustache is on Team Sean back on YouTube. You hear him?
I hear him. Jay, you too much.
So for yes, as Jay said, we're covering Love is Blind. We are covering, of course, Love and Marriage Detroit. Reeling Jay in for Maps, Married at First Sight. It starts Tuesday, actually. So yeah, but I'm not going to review it until the weddings start happening. So if this is a lot of filler, I won't start reviewing it until the weddings. And we also have Ready to Love is coming up, and we'll be doing it right here on Another Round JS. So please subscribe so we can, you can enjoy us as you do. And we won't go away for too long, but, we got to recharge, rewatch some stuff, and then bring you the recap.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you want to close us out for this episode? Any final words, Elsie?
Final word is I don't like props. Keep it home. Keep it in your car. Don't bring props out, because when you bring a prop out, that means you are losing favor. That's all I gotta say.
And when did you say Ready to Love was starting back? We still don't have a date, huh? We don't
have a date on Ready to Love, so just keep on following OWN. We know the time slot. I'm thinking November 1st, but do not quote me, only because of when the current show is ending is when Love is Blind. Not Love, Ready to Love will probably fill in the spot on a Friday at 8:00.
Yeah, but y'all already know we'll be back here. We'll be back here on Friday for Love is Blind anyway. So we'll be recapping the next 3 episodes of Love is Blind. No, are we doing the next 3 or are we we'll figure it out. Yeah, so we'll be back here this week with Love is Blind. So we'll see you guys later. We're going to love y'all and leave y'all. I don't know what to leave y'all with this tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got to find something else new. Hold up. Let me see if I can find the one. Yeah, I think. Wait a minute, this might not be the one. No, I think this one is the one that signifies tonight's episode.
Today's forecast looking real. That ain't got shit to do with me.